Shalom, all praises the Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakar Kadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders, of great millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. It's Paya Allah coming back at you again with this truth, hoping to edify the elect of the nation of Israel. I haven't got a title for this video as of yet, but this is addressing Alazay, Gorilla Hebrew, or Alazar, High Priest Alazar, as he likes to call himself, or Gorilla Hebrew, as he also likes to call himself. Basically, the fact that he said he wants to get a shirt printed, being called with a writing Black Identity Extremist. Now, first and foremost, this man is no representation of the spirit of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Reason being is because if he did, he would never ever want to run under that moniker or be known as a Black Identity Extremist. Because first and foremost, there's two points within that title that don't register with the faith. First, identifying yourself as black. Second, being an extremist. All right, because the Lord, when you deal with the nations, when the nations were established upon the earth, the Bible, which our faith is rooted in, and our identity is also rooted in, declares no nation to be named by a color, except for one, funny enough, which is a nation that named all nations today by color. All right, which is Esau, Edom, which goes under the name today of the so-called white man, because white represents purity, and that's why we're known as black people, because black depicts, evil, dirty, and all those bad names. Okay, so by you identifying yourself as black first and foremost is against the Bible, man. You're not identifying yourself as an Israelite, you're identifying yourself as black. But the Jews are black, all right? As it tells you in Jeremiah 14:2, it tells you that black are like onto the ground. But obviously black, we understand that it looks so dark that it comes across as it is black, but really it's a dark brown, a dark hue of brown. And that's us, man, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They are the real people, the true Jews of the Bible, true Israelites of the Bible. And second of all, we're not extremists, okay? Because what is extreme about us reading from the Bible, okay? It says we're going to be made a spectacle. It didn't say we're going to be made extremists. I mean, Esau is definitely going to make us out to be extremists, and that's why he's doing this, by identifying us as black identity extremists. But in terms of us running with that name, that's not something that we put on ourselves, okay? Because there's nothing extreme what we're doing. We're reading a pretty straightforward thing, the prophecy of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, things that are going to come, all right? Like the apostles said, we're weathermen. We're basically making reports of the weather to come, and we're making it known. But now, because I tell you the truth, I become thy enemy, and that is the truth. Okay, going back into the time to when we were in the nation of Israel, you had our people basically killing us. Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. They were killing us because to put an end to hearing the word of the Heavenly Father. And Esau is no different, because basically the words that we're saying unto Esau, the so-called white man, he should have no problem with them. He's swearing in on the Bible, makes people criminals and innocent criminals, the guilty and the innocent, swearing on the Bible in court. If you hold that book in such high esteem that someone lying upon it should be seen as a great, a detriment unto themselves, why then, when people open a book and say the words and publish them out on the highways and byways, is it such a problem? It shouldn't be a problem, all right? But we understand what it is. This is all being done to make us extremists, and to basically make us out to be liars, and to be, not who we really are. So this is Psalms 83:1. Keep thou a song or psalms of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. All right? And that's all these other nations, which is going to go on to say, because a tumult means a noise, okay? And if we could say conspiracy, conspiring together, because the word conspire means to breathe together. So that's what they do in these crafty councils, which is going to go to speak on, to go forward and speak upon. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right? And what was that crafty counsel? Okay, by putting us into slavery. Really, the New World Order, NWO, New World Order agenda. All right? All these different, and you have these different King Alfred Plan, Rex 84, Project Megiddo, Agenda 21, all these different agendas that New World Order has basically ready. Salakia. All these New World agendas that these elites have ready to be put into play. Basically, they're all going to be done so that Esau, really, it goes back to the Bible. It goes back to the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, when Esau and Jacob was in the womb of Rebekah. Okay, one nation shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, Esau basically selling his birthright as a firstborn onto Jacob, and then our forefather Jacob basically fulfilling the nomen omen of his name, which means supplanting Isaac into the blessing of Esau, and then Esau basically seeking a way to gain back his birthright. All right, as it also tells you in the book of Hebrews. So this is all that playing out in this day and age. Esau is trying to find a way to obtain his blessing. And that's why they took crafty counsel against the Most High's people and consulted against thy hidden ones. We're the hidden ones. We're similar to, that's why Superman, the movie Superman, his true name, according to his Kryptonian name, was Kal-El, which really is Qual Allah, which means voice of God. Who's the voice of God? Who was the word? A voice is made by what words being put together into sentences. That's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai was the word. Okay? So Superman depicts the word, and he was hidden, and the word crypto, or crypt means hidden. So the hidden ones are the Israelites, are God chosen people. That's why, as it tells you in the prophecy of Hosea, okay, and various other scriptures, how it will be hidden in these last days. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And that fulfills the prophecy of Jeremiah, the 17th chapter as well, where we shall discontinue from our heritage. But that was done by the hand of Esau, the devil the Bible speaks of, along with all the other nations that conspired together with him. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. Okay, and that it is no longer in remembrance. Yasha Allah is no longer in remembrance in its true known form. And that's known truly by the actions of the people, the great spirit of Yahweh Bar Shem Yahweh Shai being upon the people to push out that vibration of the true Israelites of the Bible for his law, statutes, and commandments of righteousness, the spirit being on us. That is not known, but as it tells you in Ezekiel, the 11th chapter, he will leave a little sanctuary, which in pinpoint places upon the earth, the Lord has done that, okay? And them having these so-called Jews go out there, that's just to sway the people away from, basically, is two primary things I can think of at this point in time. Is basically to basically put the blessing of Israel upon themselves, and then also, if anyone ever makes mention of, the Bible's a book that they can't erase. If anyone ever had to point towards these people that are the people of God, they're going to point towards them, which they are not the people of God. Okay? It says, verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. So that one consent that brought them all together is the fact that they're against the true Israelites of the Bible. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you have enemies, okay? And they're against you, and they do not want to see you in your rightful position. So it says the tabernacle of Edom. Esau Edom is basically the so-called white man as he's known today, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs as they're known today, of Moab and Hagarenes. Moab being the so-called Chinese, Hagarenes Africans, Gebal, Ammon being the Japanese, and Amalek being the chief house of Esau Edom, being the so-called Jews. Okay, and it goes on to outline many more different nations, okay, who are confederate against us. Okay, so they are enemies. That's the reason why this black identity extremist has come to the forefront as it is today. It's come to demonize us. We are Israelites. Okay, we're the descendants of the man known as Jacob, who got his name changed to Israel after wrestling an angel. That is an issue. Okay, when you say you're Israelite, you're embodying that spirit. Okay, the name Israel, Yasha Allah, means he, Yah, he, Shah, Prince, Allah, power. He is a prince of power. Do you know how powerful that name is? And do you know what that encompasses a name? The great dignity and esteem that you should have in having a name like that. And the fact that their name was placed upon Jacob after he wrestled an angel. That's empowering information. Now, black, that's a whole different wavelength, okay? And the fact that a man like Sakari, all right, is taking on that name shows that he is a simple-minded Negro, okay? Because you ain't thinking straight, all right? To actually want to be called a black identity extremist. No, we know our identity. We're Israelites, man. And you as a Levite, the way you like to, make it known that you're a Levite, you should be totally against that, okay? So Esau is being the devil hiding our true identity because it will glorify us, but it demonize him, man. All right, and this is what you're doing, Alazar, man. This is Micah 3:1. As you know, in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter tells you about the valley of the dry bones, how the flesh came upon the people, and that's being the fact that we know that we're the Israelites, okay, but the breath was the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now, Alazar is going to step further because it shows he hasn't got the breath, but he's even pulling off the flesh from off our people by saying that, more or less saying, giving the okay and go ahead, being in cahoots with Esau Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of, okay, and basically saying that, we should, saying that he's going to identify himself as a black identity extremist. You have people that subscribe to you and follow you. You're basically sending them into hell, and you're fulfilling the scripture. You're peeling off their skin, their true identity, and sending them into hell, basically, to be destroyed. So, and I said, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and you princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones, who also eat the flesh of the people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot, and the flesh within the cauldron. Then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at the time as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. So with that, man, I pray you're edified. Shalom.